Hey, be quiet. It's starting. Just listen. Most might not see it how I see it, but you don't you don't you don't make if he's not in the game, you don't make him DLC. If he's not in the game, you don't make him DLC. The original 8, if they don't make it, you don't DLC them. They're not them kind of characters. Either they're in or they're out. The in between is the disrespectful part that Street Fighter. That was the first thing they did I did not like. If they're not DLC, block, no. If they're not in, they're just not in. And I understand for nostalgic purposes. You brought them back, and that's why Street Fighter 4, the original 8, is all here. I'm with that. I get that, and I understand it. I'm not saying you was wrong in any shape, form, or fashion. All I'm saying is, if the original 8 is not is DLC, what are we doing? What are we doing? If you had Charlie in the game, then that's it. I just don't understand it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My bad. Counted it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I missing somebody? Why do I feel like I'm missing somebody? Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the original. Them the OGs. Them the OGs. Them the OGs. Now, characters I would like to see make it. I wish we could. If we're using just this roster here, I hope God comes back in 6. I hope Street Fighter 6 brings Guy. We just going basically off 4's roster. Rolento, come back for 6. She's kind of like a mainstay Cammy. You know, as a matter of fact, I will substitute Cammy for a different doll. And I love Cammy. That's my main. Let's just do away with this whole Seth thing, the female and the woman thing. I know they're gonna bring Jury back, putting her so deep into the story. Shadow Lube. Even though I believe the next Street Fighter can go without Sagat. I think they can write a clever enough story to where he's out of the entire game. Even though he was DLC as well. They just don't understand. We don't need Dan. You can bring in, however you do that story, you can bring in. I wouldn't mind seeing Makoto, even though I'm not a Makoto player. I don't really know Dudley's backstory, but Dudley would be dope. Abel was, I don't know, but I don't. I'm not mad if he did. I'm not mad if he isn't. That's how I look at Abel. So Abel to me in Street Fighter 6, I guess it'd be fine. I'm saying that. I guess it'd be fine. Hulk, no lie, no disrespect. I felt like he took that spot from certain players to begin with. Like I thought out of this entire cast, he was the worst character in the game. And this is saying a lot because I think he's trash. And I think I know he's trash, but I think he's trash. And the only reason why I think El Forte is trash, because I think El Forte is a full 50-50 mix-up fighter. Like, everything relies on hoping your guess hits right. So that's how I feel about El Forte. El Forte for me is like flipping a coin. And every time you do a move and flip the coin, depending on where it lands, depends on how your match go. I feel like every matchup for him is a bad matchup. I feel like, but if you flip the coin, every matchup for him is a good matchup. That's how I feel. Let's give Cody a break. Even though I do love Cody, let's give Hagar. We had these two. We had Poison. We had Hugo. We had Valento. Let's get Hagar. And Hagar can take his spot. Because they can't seem to find the proper way to make a Hugo character, because in all the fucking Marvels, I keep saying Marvel, my apologies. And all the Street Fighters, he almost broken. We don't need Oni. Him and Cade been in enough, whatever his name is, Kage. Depending on the mechanics and what you're doing, I would like Hakan to come back. Because the problem is, Street Fighter 6 to me, Street Fighter 5 to me, wasn't grappler heavy. Like, the grapples, like, the system on here helps the grapplers so much. Like, what he was doing is just broken shit. Like, he's the biggest on the game, so his hitbox, so your jumping doesn't register the same for him. They're just broken. Him, Vanilla Zangief, Hawk has a no frame throw. Who else was a good grappler? Guile's grabbing you out the sky. The sky throws, the air throws were top notch. They were top notch. I appreciate that. So again, the characters I would like to see in 6. I'm gonna tell you straight up. There's a chance I might not even play 6 because I'm an Xbox player and I'm a console streamer and there's Sony. But anyway, DiCaprio, we can substitute her with any doll. Must come back. Can miss it. Wouldn't be mad if I seen her. So we're gonna go 40%, 100%, 100%, 0%. I have no desire to see Honda. 40%, 40%, 80%. I would like to see these back. 0%. And I only have a desire to see Gokin back at 90% is if they continue the storyline. Because reading it and trying to figure it out in between the old games does not do the same thing for you now that Street Fighter tries to go cinematic with all of that information. So definitely, whether I want to see him back or not, you know he back. I want to see Gin back because I want to see more of the Chun-Li story. Yeah, I know it, but I like to see it played out. Don't need him. It depends on the level of development you gave her. But if y'all going with the route of she's growing up and she no longer wants to be the strongest fighter in the world, then you can move on from her. No, don't want to see her. Yes. And I would like Sean to be there, to be exact. If anybody else is going to be there with her, I need Sean as well. We can do without Poison on this one. I would like Rolento back for more of an in-depth storyline. I would like Hakan back. I even make a space for Guy. Cody take a break. DJ's dope and DJ's my boy, but if you can't make him stand out, I mean, like story mode wise, then he can go. I will only give Cammy a break if you can give me a better doll that I'm not, that's unique. Saget can take a break. You can write him out. Nah, I look at Bison like Ryu and Ken. I'm not even gonna lie. I would love for her to make her return. There was a point in time where they were pushing Survivor as their favorite new person. Remember, Survivor was in here. I don't remember if Survivor was in Cross Tekken. Oh, she wasn't in it. Okay, she wasn't in it. But they were pushing her. They put her in this. They put her in Marvel vs. Capcom. Now, to me, she's just all around difficult. But I would love for her to come back because I enjoyed the Secret Agent storyline and I enjoyed it. No, Abel was cool, but Abel was just Abel. I have a love-hate relationship for him. So I'm only going to say we need to have him in it because when I first got into Street Fighter when I was younger, I was a Dowson player. Like when I was younger and I was a kid, oh man, I was a Dowson player. Dowson was just dope. Dowson was just dope. Yogo Fire, that shit. Dowson was just the man. Huh? Dowson was really the man. So I would have to say Dowson was the man. Chung, of course. She's gonna come back whether I want her back or not. Jury, she's a part of the main story, but I feel like they're shoving Jury down our throats. But I'll take Jury. I wouldn't be mad at that. Yes to the twins, but make one playable and make one DLC and somehow tie into the story that they split up. So put one in the story to look for the other and to make the other DLC. I'm a genius. Capcom, call me. If you want, put Violent Ken in. I feel like we closed Giles' chapter in 5, so he can take a game off. He can take a game off as well. But see, here's where it gets tricky. Him and him are the most unique playstyles in Street Fighter. See, him, yeah, he has Dowson properties, but there's only one Dowson. So you take Dowson out, you don't have that pace. See, Dowson is annoying, but he's in a unique pace of character. Like a unique pace. I said pace, my apologies. He's a unique pace of character. That's what makes Dowson tricky. So you have to keep Dowson and you almost have to keep Blanca. Because, yeah, you got Rolento, but he's not in every Street Fighter. So what he does, essentially, there's no other cast member that does it as dope as him. Like, Dowson's dope. And I know they have, my apologies for getting his name wrong, Nero, or the one from Street Fighter 3 that does what Dowson do, like with the stretch, but it's not Dowson. If you understand what I'm trying to say, like Zangief, if he make it or if he don't make it, you always need that grappler to establish dominance. But that's why you can go Zangief. I'm not a fan of him, but you got Hugo to Hawk. It's a bunch of them. There's not many hims in their franchise. I would definitely love to see Rufus come back. I'm not even gonna lie. If we get a Capcom SNK, 3. I would love to see Rufus in it. Now that I know the story of Ken, Ken and them paying for it, I would love it. Put him in it. I don't need him back. I explained. Garbage. I don't understand why this character was invented. Of course. But we have to do more with his story. If you're bringing Vega back for 6, don't just, or Claw, don't. Right now his story is good, but we gotta move it somewhere from where it's at. So, but yes, I'll take Vega. We just have to work on that story. That's all. It depends on when you move his story as well. But if we're moving out the Shadow Loop phase, if the story is moving out of the Shadow Loop, like they're not important anymore, then there's no reason for Rogue, Vega. You could bring Fane back. Because if Bison's there and you got Fang, I think that's how you say his name from 5, he can establish the new Shadow Loop, if that makes any sense. So we got, I would like to see Boron back. He's one of my favorite, but if he's not, he's just not. So if we're doing the whole new Shadow Loop thing, we move them. Because you know you got Urian and Gil and Karen in them, so they're still a be there. Yeah, remove them. They don't need to be there. If we move them past the Shadow Loop, you can just keep Fang, Bison. You can remove Sagat and Aiden to be technical. But most of the time, Sagat gonna be, or Sagat's gonna be DLC. I would love to see Fei Long come back. Just in what unique way, I don't know. But we'll see. We might have to keep Geef, because I do not want him back. So Zangief has to be there to represent that grappler. He's not interesting enough at all. Adon is dope. Bring him back if you don't bring him back. Because he already, I'm the king of the fighting style, you know, so bring him back if you don't bring back Sagat. Then we can, then we can work. That works. I would like to see Rose back. I feel like there's more they can do with this character, and they haven't done everything they could possibly do with her. So I would like to see Rose back. I told you, I don't know which twin you want. Bring one twin, so the other twin, you got me. Hell no. Don't want Hagar in nothing. I said Hagar. My apologies. Don't want Hugo in nothing. You know what? As a matter of fact, take Zangief out too. Hagar should be in Street Fighter 6. You're using everybody else. Hagar for Street Fighter 6. And we should be good. So that's everybody I want. Let's hope they give us what we want. And let's hope it's crossplay. Because right now...
Start to finish, yeah. Start to finish.